Boom! I made it. Man, oh man. I just got home from work, you guys. What's up, Vicky? What's up, Sammy? No flow yet, huh? Oh man, what a day. What a day. A couple people in here. Tonight, got a special guest. Of course, you guys already know. I told you guys about him already. Um, man, I get to set up none of this stuff. Let's see how this looks. Oh, it's too dark. Man, I just ran in the door just now. What's up, Kaylee? So tonight, we're bringing a special guest. We're going to talk to him. Bob After Dark, Bob Anderson. He's got a podcast. He does paranormal stuff. He reached out to me a couple weeks ago and asked me to be on his podcast. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I said, how about you be on my live and introduce you to my people too? What's up, Butters? So I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Hey, there's Flo. What's up, Flo? I'm going to go ahead and bring Bob in, and we're going to talk to him, and I'm meeting him just like you guys are right now. So here he is. I'm going to bring him in.
Oh, hey there, everybody.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? Thanks
How
for
you
having
doing?
me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Oh, the studio looks cool, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been
usually
a
get
work
all
in
that
progress
stuff.
for a couple of years, but
Yeah.
it's
Oh, man.
this is my home studio when I'm away from WJOB.
What's up, Jen? Everybody say what's up to Bob. Dude, I'm telling you, I might not have the biggest channel, but I got the coolest subscribers that have been with me for years. And I've told them all about you, and we're excited about tonight, man.
Oh, exciting, man. I'm happy to be here and I'm excited to meet your community.
So there's Bob, guys. Dude, what a busy day I had at work, man. Right now I'm down a car, but I'm looking at a car tomorrow, and so I've been going in. I had to push all my tattoo appointments up an hour so I can get there in time. Wait for my wife to get off work, take me to work, and then I had to push everything up. So I ran a little later than I thought I was going to tonight. Of course, the figures, right? But here we are. So I watched your trailer that you made, Bob. The spirits.
The Spirits and Spirits?
That was awesome, dude.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The pilot. That means a whole lot to me because we shot it a few years ago and it kind of sat dormant for a while, but the good news is we have new eyes looking at it, so hopefully someone picks it up.
Sweet. Yeah, I shared it out to all these guys when you sent it to me. I was like, yo, you guys, I was telling them about it. I shared your channel and stuff. I couldn't share that link, but because it has a code and everything, I wasn't sure how if that was cool or not. So yeah, man, you guys check out Bob's. It looked really cool. The editing and everything was so well put together. I was like,
Thank you.
Cool, dude. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
We're hoping that a network picks it up here soon, and we'll be on TV here very, very soon. That's the plan.
That would be awesome, man. So everything's finalized with my paranormal caught on camera.
Tell me about that. How was that,
dude? I went to Alabama because I was doing a podcast down there with my buddy Charlie Reese, which is a country star. The X5 podcast. We've had Bam Margera, Steve-O, Chris Hansen, Steel Panther, all kinds of people, man, on there. And my buddy Scott on Tape was a good friend of mine. I don't know if you ever heard of his channel, but he does filming locations, famous graves. I've been friends with Scott for about 7 years now. And a couple years ago, they invited him down to X5 to do the podcast, and he told them about me. And then I got invited down. So Charlie flew me down. I've been down there like 4 or 5 times. Did a podcast with Tommy Confados, which is Ozzy and Rob Zombie's drummer, and quite a few people. And Charlie introduced me to a whole world of people down there. And so one night we're down there, and he knows I'm into the spooky stuff, you know. Charlie's, I got a place to take you. This place is local legend. It's supposed to be the most haunted place around. So I'm like, yeah, let's go see. So we all pile in the Jeep. We take this ride, and all of a sudden he turns off on this dirt road, man, this gravel road. It's about 2 miles long, curvy. The only thing you see on the way there is these old, dilapidated like cabins, and man, it is spooky. No lights, pitch black. We get to the end of the road, and there's this old cemetery, old Civil War cemetery. Dude, I'm talking outhouses still.
Yeah.
Funeral chapel, which hasn't been used in, I think he said, 60 years. There's no doors on the place. He pulls in front. Him and his wife Casey are in the front seat. Me, Scott from Scott on Tape, and my buddy Pete from the Totally 80s room are there. Pete don't like cemeteries in the daytime already. He's freaked out already. Scott is a skeptic. He don't really believe in ghosts. And then you got me, and I believe in them, you know? So it was like the perfect combination. Charlie pulls up in front of the doors, headlights shining in the place, no doors on it, bats flying out of it, dude. It was so spooky, dude.
That sounds like a setting to a good horror movie, you know?
Oh my God, this place. Right away, I got chills, dude. I tried to film some of the cemetery, but I had my brightest light, my light panel and everything, and it could barely light up anything out there. It's so dark. The middle of the woods, like a forest, you know? So he pulls in front. We get out, and of course, I'm the first one. I hit the ground running every time, you know what I mean?
Right.
I get out. I go in, and they're outside still talking. Scott's looking around the cemetery. Pete don't want to come in there anyways. He's freaked out. Charlie and his wife are still sitting in the Jeep. He said it's local legend that it's haunted by a undertaker. And people go there, and they see him, and they get freaked out, and they get scared out of there. So I go in, and you could tell this place is like almost untouched. No graffiti, no vandalism. It was like an empty Coke bottle laying there and like an empty pack of cigarettes. But that was about it. I walked through and I'm talking to him on my video. I'm like, man, check this place out. How spooky. How cool is this? It's got all the church pews still in there. And I get to the far end inside, and they're still outside. As I'm filming, I hear something. And I was like, whoa, what was that? I turn around, and I didn't notice the window shutter, the wooden shutter was already open on that window. I thought that maybe that was the noise because it came from right behind me. So of course I'm like, did you open that? Like, I'm trying to get activity reaction right away. I'm not even in there 3 minutes probably. And I go, close it. I mean, man, dude, when that thing's, you seen it.
Yeah.
When that thing slammed shut, dude, I got a chill down my spine. I did like a crab walk sideways out of there. And Pete's filming me. They're still outside. And I was like, dude, you guys see that? And they're like, what? We heard it. What was it? So I go back on my footage and I show them. They're like, holy shit, dude. And Scott comes in and he's looking around. And he's like, it was Charlie. Because Charlie is kind of a prankster anyways. But I go, it was? And he goes, of course it was. And I look out and Pete looks out. He goes, Charlie's still in the Jeep, dude. And Scott goes, uh-oh. And the way this place sits, in order to reach that, you'd have to be like 8 foot tall, man, because there's like a little hill it sits on. The chapel alone. So it was freaked out, dude. We got back to this Airbnb that he had us in because we did this big, he had a bunch of YouTubers down there and stuff. And dude, I couldn't even sleep that night. I woke up having a dream about an old man in the yard doing yard work at the house we were staying at, which is about 5 miles from the cemetery. And then another YouTuber, he was standing there. He came in from doing another thing, a gig out there. And the next morning, he's like, dude, where'd Charlie take you guys last night? And I go, to an old haunted cemetery. He goes, I knew it had to be something like that because I come in, I pull in, every light in the house is on. We all slept with the lights on, dude. I was so freaked out about that. And I don't scare easy. That freaked me out. So I get home, I'm sitting here going over my footage on the computer, and I'm like, and I called my wife right away. I was telling her about it. She's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I get home, I'm going through my footage, and we're watching it. And she goes, wait a minute, back that up a little bit. I was like, why? She goes, I seen something in that window. So I back it up. And sure enough, you seen that too, right?
Yeah, the face.
Dude, it just like a misty manifests. And what I see is almost like an alien face with the big eyes. And as soon as it forms into a face, it dissipates just that quick, dude. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe I caught that. So I sent it in the paranormal caught on camera, and this was in February of 2024 when I recorded that. I sent it in, and just like a month ago, I got an email from them. Paranormal. This is Meeting House Productions, and we got your footage, and we like to use it on the episode of Paranormal Caught on Camera. We're putting new episodes together. I was like, so right away, I'm thinking, let's see. So I look it up. It's legit. So I contact them back, and they're like, we'll give you $500 to use your footage, and then we'll do a Zoom online interview with you that we can clip to put in the episode, and we'll give you another $100 for your time. So $600, dude.
Not bad for being able to show off your own work,
Right? I would have did it for free. I would have gave it to them for free, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how it went down. So last Monday, we set up a Zoom meeting in my house, and they interviewed me. And it took about 20, 25 minutes. He was asking me about the whole night. I had to go through it. And then he picked out certain things and asked me about it. And then he asked me how I felt at the time. And it was really cool. And he goes, I know you watched the show, so the last thing we got to do is do your intro. Say your name, and this is your video. So I was like, my name is Steve. This is my video. I had to do it 3 times, different ones, and they're going to pick one to use. It turned out so good, man. So I'm really excited about it. And then I got another email a few days ago said that, because they told me it'd be like 3 months at least before it comes out. Well, I got an email the other day, and I'm going to be in the new episode. They already placed in an episode. So it might be a couple weeks or so. They haven't told me yet for sure, but they're going to give me the air date, and then I can share it with everybody. But I'm excited, man.
You deserve it, man. Bringing some love back to the 219. That's great.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So I was excited about it, man. And just knowing that that's one of my favorite shows. Always watched it. And they always show reruns of that show. So it'll always be out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I feel like blessed that they picked my stuff, pretty much, And then they gave me a little exposure when I shared that. And then Sandy from the jail, Crown Point Jail, reached out to me and had me come speak at the paranormal night they had. And then that's how I met you.
Yeah, I know. And it was such a wild like, just because Sandy reached out. I reached out to Sandy because I'm planning something at the jail for WJOB, and she was like, hey, have you ever met this gentleman? I was like, no, but I should probably know him. He's in Northwest Indiana and he's in the spooky stuff. I feel like we should connect in some regard,
Yeah.
So just kind of worked out, cut from the same cloth, as you will.
I'm telling you, man. I'm a Gary boy, and it all started out with my brother and I exploring abandoned schools, which we went to Wallace. So
yeah,
when we did that, and then I'm like, dude, we got to do all of our schools now. And then that's how the monster was born. You know what I mean? So we did everything in Gary. We did all the schools. So now we're like, we got to do hospitals now. And I was always more into the paranormal side. My brother wasn't, you know what I mean? So it kind of went hand in. It's good to have a skeptic with you. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. I always say that whenever I do my investigations. It's important to have a skeptic around because they keep you grounded. Not every noise you hear is a ghost. Not every temperature drop is a ghost. It's important to keep yourself grounded and have somebody around that it's like, it might not be that. And then you kind of get yourself thought of,
And then you capture something and they can't even explain it. And they're like,
maybe. Yeah. How did your friends react after you showed them the footage?
They freaked, dude. My buddy Charlie goes, man, we got to get out of here. He goes, I live right down the road. He goes, I don't want that shit following me home. His wife was freaked out, dude. Charlie Reese. You ever look at Charlie Reese music? He just put a song out with Struggle Jennings, and awesome guy, man. He'd fly us down and pay us to do the podcast, and yeah, awesome guy, man, all around. What's up? What's that, Vixus? How you
That's
doing?
my partner. Hello, dear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. That's awesome though, man. And so that's how it grew. We're the Gary Boys, and then that's how I met Scott on tape. He was coming to town to do some Michael Jackson stuff, and he reached out to us because he knows we're the Gary Boys, and we took him around, and ever since then we've been like that. He's from Toronto, so he comes out all the time. Scott's got a huge channel. I think he's
I'll have
got
to check it out.
300,000 subscribers. I think he's huge, nicest guy in the world, man. And a lot of these people that I have, my subscribers, I met through him or he met through me, and it's just bam. So we're pretty tight. I love him to death, man. Good guy. He don't believe in ghosts either. So that
Even
was
after the experience, huh?
he tried to explain everything. I'm like, dude, I don't care what you say. I know what I seen. I felt that. And then Beyond the Veil is another YouTube channel about supernatural and paranormal stuff. And she's a really nice lady. And she was doing a live one night, and I jumped in, and she had about 200 people in her chat. And I was like, you mind if I put this video up and see what you guys think? She said, sure, let's do it. I put it up. Not one of them people that were in her chat, and they're all paranormal people. A lot of them were like, dude, I wish I could debunk that. I've watched it, I don't know how many times, and I can't. They're like, you caught something that we always hope to catch. You know what I mean? There was a couple mediums in her chat too. My daughter is a little sensitive, and when I first showed the video at home, my daughter said there's an old lady sitting in the second pew with her hands like this, crying in mourning, which I can't see.
Yeah.
Well, what freaked me out is that
If your daughter's on the younger age, that's doesn't surprise me. Kids are way more
she
susceptible to the
is, man.
paranormal.
She's
Yeah.
a twin, and her brother had boy girl twins. He nothing like that, but she's really sensitive to stuff, uh, and that chat that night, two mediums that didn't even know each other. They were just in the chat. They both, I didn't even mention that. They both said the same thing. They go, there's a lady sitting in that pew right there. I go, which one? And they said the second one. I go, are you kidding me? And they're like, we could see her. And I go, that's exactly what my daughter said. So that just, man, I mean, how can you dispute that?
You can't. And I'm on the believing side of the spectrum. I don't believe everything, but I do believe in a lot.
Right.
And it's stuff like that where you just sit down and you get the confirmation from two separate parties that didn't interact, and
Unbelievable.
Explain that. You can't.
Yeah.
And it's
Please.
such a cool thing.
Because there's an explanation. I would love to hear it. And every one of the people were like, not one of them could debunk that video. And they've even zoomed in and screen recorded and zoomed in to see if they see anybody around that window, and nothing, man. And then something got thrown at us in there, and I could see if somebody threw something. Anytime you throw something, especially through that window, it would have to arch like this.
Sure.
But if you watch it, it trails like a weird. It is so freaky, man. It does one of these numbers and it hits the ground. It doesn't do this. Even the people on Paranormal Con camera, he's like, dude, he goes, I watched that so many times. He goes, that's wild, dude. He's like, why does it fly that had a weird flight pattern? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost as somebody was holding it and threw it and not just threw it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Something you can't see. It's freaky, man. That
something didn't want you.
Coolest thing I ever seen, man. Freaked me out. But I'm glad they recognized it, and like the guy was telling me, if we think it's bogus, we're not gonna even reach out to you. You know what I mean? But we watched it so many times, we want to put it on the show. I was like, yes.
That's so cool, man.
Yes. Finally. Validation, you know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Anytime somebody looks at your evidence and they like it, and you kind of feel it as an investigator, you're always looking for the white whale of investigation and of evidence, I should say. Your investigations, you're always looking for the evidence, and you're always looking for that one piece of evidence that you can't debunk and that you can't explain. And it sounds like you found your white whale in that one time out, and it's such a
Awesome.
cool moment just to always have that stuck with you, you know. And
Yeah.
the fact that you got it caught on camera is even cooler because, when I interview a lot of witnesses when it comes to any kind of paranormal story, either you have really blurry footage or you have no footage at all. I
Exactly.
reviewed your video. There was no real, I didn't have to, the mist was there.
There.
Yeah,
And you from the ground where that is, it's like a slope, and then it's the building. So there's really nowhere to stand on the side. I think it was made that way. You know what I mean? Just the way they
sure.
put it on a little hill. For your face to be in that window where that was at, you'd have to be at least 8 foot tall, and you could tell it's not solid.
Yeah, no,
The way
it
it pours,
definitely free forming vapor. That would be 100% like a partial body apparition, which is something I can't even say I've seen.
dude, that freaked me out. And when I seen that on the mist when I got home, I was even more freaked out. I'm like, dude, this is gold. I got it. I'm so glad I captured that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I got other stuff too. I want to send them in, like Gary Mercy Hospital. I've captured some stuff. Nothing visual. It was only audio. Uh, I was born in that hospital. Now it's abandoned and it's haunted.
Is that the one attached to the police station, right?
Yes. Yes.
I was there for a photo shoot about 10 years ago, and we had somebody that was there on the photo shoot smelled perfume in the main like lobby area that nobody
Really?
else was wearing, like roses. And later on, he was down there, and this we weren't there for an investigation. It was there for an artsy photo shoot. And he comes out and he's got these 3 gouges in his neck from being in the basement. And I was like, he's like, man, I didn't scratch myself. I'm like, I don't know, Joe. Something must have really enjoyed your company. And
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's wrong.
he's like, I think I'm gonna go home now. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's
I'm
a good
not
idea.
feeling too good. So we explored it before I really start trying to catch paranormal stuff. We were just exploring it.
Sure.
I was born in this hospital. Michael Jackson was born there. I've had my grandma passed in the hospital. I had a couple cousins die, like gunshot wounds in there, and just so many deaths in there. And anytime hospitals, I'm telling you, they're the most haunted. And we go on the maternity ward where I was born, and I was telling my brother, this is where it all started, dude. This is where our lives began. You know what I mean? And where we came into the world. And as I'm walking through, I opened this door, and it was raining that day, and the roof shot in that place. You know what I mean?
Right.
I opened this door, and there was water just pouring in. And I go, man, look at the water damage in this room. Hear nothing. Get home, same thing. My wife's sitting next to me. I'm going over my footage. As soon as I say, look at the water damage in here, you hear a woman's voice go, there's water in there, plain as day. And it's just us 4 guys, and none of us got deep, high pitched voices. We're all deep voice. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Unexplainable. It's on my channel, and plain as day, there's water in there. A woman. The same floor. My brother's down the hallway. He opens the door, and he's really into the paint peels.
Sure.
He goes, wow, look at this green paint peel. Same voice on his video goes, hey, Paul. And that's my brother's name, Paul. So Barrier Beyond, I don't know if you've ever seen their channel from LA. They do paranormal stuff. Jazz and Victor. They got a pretty big channel too. They're Kelsey Davies is always with them. And well, they seen my channel and they said they were coming to Chicago. So they reached out to me and they're like, we would like to meet up with you and show us some of these places. We've been watching the stuff you captured. And I was like, come on out. So they've been out 3 times now. So the first time they came out, I took them to abandoned crematorium in Chicago. And that was creepy too, man. In the back room, there's shelves and shelves of cremated remains still in there. The oldest one I seen there was from the 1936, I think it said on it.
Wow.
Shelves and shelves of people. Either they had nobody or the families could afford to pay for their ashes. Well, they closed this chapel down, which has got a crematorium in the back, and there's a back room. Hundreds and hundreds of cremated remains in containers. So we're in there, and Victor's like, he's running his K2, and right when he gets by this one, it just keeps going crazy. And it's an old lady's name. She lived to be really old. I forget what it was. But anyways, he's like, is anybody here with us that your remains are here? Lit up. So they put on the spirit talker, or I think he had the necrophonic going.
Yeah.
And he goes, are these, can you show me? I'm going to go back and forth. Can you show me when I get to your remains? Every time he got to that one, dude, that K2 went nuts. Then a lady's voice came across on it. It was awesome. So we left there. We came to Gary. I took him straight to the hospital. I took him to the maternity ward. As we're walking down the hall, you know how there's plants growing in there now?
Yeah.
We're walking down the hall, and Jazz goes, look, there's plants growing in here. And that damn thing said trees. And she goes, right away, dude. So we get out of the maternity ward, and Victor's running necrophonic, I think it was. And he goes, was anybody famous born here? And that damn thing said, Mike. He goes, what did you just say? And it said, Michael. And me being a smart ass, I'm standing behind him. I go, what about me? I was born here. And that damn thing said, Steven. Dude, I was blown away, dude. It's all on video.
Yeah.
Then I take him to the basement where the morgue used to be, and we're kind of split up. And Jazz and Victor are together and run an SLS camera. And where the morgue was, all of a sudden, Jazz like, Steve, come here, look. Dude, they picked up 2 stick figures on the SLS. One of them was laying down, and the other one was doing stuff to it.
That's like, wild.
Working on it, dude. It's on the video. It was crazy, dude. So then the next year, last time they came out, I got a hold of Sandy, and she let us in the jail. We were in there for a while, and really nothing. She showed us around. As soon as Sandy went outside, that place came alive, dude. It was like she was the warden. They were like keeping at bay while she was in there, dude. As soon as she went outside and let us go in there alone, dude, it got crazy. The craziest thing that happened there, we were in the cell block, with the graffiti cell block. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With the bad stuff on the walls. The last cell, she said, women always get pushed or scratched or hit in there. So we go in there, we set up some REM pods, and we got them lighting up. We tell them, light, bam, 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 bam. Jazz goes, how come you always hurt women in here? Do you not like women? And that damn thing said boys. And she goes, you like boys? It said men. And she goes, you want us to leave Steven here by himself? And it said, absolutely. Dude, as soon as they walked out of the cell block, out of the cell, I stayed in there, and I had the REM pods going crazy. As soon as I went to walk out, I'm still rolling. Dude, it felt like somebody pinched my ass, dude. It felt like a pinch and a 9-volt battery shock on your tongue at the same time.
Wow, somebody caught a fancy to you, man.
I turned around, I go, did you just pinch my ass? And that damn thing said, ha ha. Wild, dude. That place is crazy, bro. My son,
I've had some you know where the juvenile hall is, right on the upper deck. I was with my co-host Steve, and we were up there for we got invited to a tour. The Crown Point High School is doing a tour there, and their teacher is a big fan of my show. He's a big historian in the area, Don Bernanke. Brilliant guy. So he invites us out, and we're doing our own thing, and we're up in the juvenile hall section, and we got a couple we had like the music box going off, like the IR music box going off, etc. Right. And my co-host turns to me and says, man, we get up here and it's a little quiet. And he's like, man, I bet you can't. And he's like, I bet you can't do anything up here, or however he put it. And all of a sudden, the giant metal bunk bed screeches 2 inches, goes. And I look at Steve and I'm like, well, I think they proved you wrong. He's like, I stand corrected.
That place is full of activity, dude.
Yes.
There's hot spots in there. I found them. Same floor. I was in there. And when you first walk into the juvenile section, straight ahead, that row of bunks.
Yeah.
The second to the last one, I put a REM pod there. And it's on my video. I was asking questions, got it to go off a couple times. And as I'm asking questions, I'm just kind of panning around. You know where the shower is around the back right
Yeah.
there? Dude, I captured a mist right there, upstairs right there. It's on my video too. That was cool, man. And then my son, Eddie, I took him he was with us. We get in the day room of that one, I think it was the Dillinger cell block. And I look at Eddie and I go, dude, and I pull his shirt down. Dude, he's got scratches all over his neck and he's got like an upside down cross on his back.
Oh,
he ain't got no fingernails, dude. He bites his fingernails like no fingernail, dude. And there's no way he reached around and did that to himself. It's all on video too. Crazy. He didn't even know it until I noticed it. Then after I noticed it, he's like, now I feel it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Nuts. Then I got a brick thrown at me in one of the cell blocks where they had the
That ain't good.
nuts, dude. It was crazy. I'm trying to get a response on the REM pod. It's that one cell block. They don't let really people go in there that much because it's all bricks and stuff. And I set a REM pod down. I'm trying to get a reaction. And all of a sudden, boom! I hear it. We're split up in that place. We're all in different areas. I turn around. I think it was a brick because that's all I see. And there's dust flying around. As soon as it hit, Jazz and Victor were in the next cell block over. They heard it. And Jazz lets out this scream, dude. Wow! She screams all the time, though. But that place is wild, dude.
It's I tell everybody whenever they ask me about like where's my hometown haunts where I cut my teeth like doing investigative work, Crown Point Jail and Rita Road, and one is legitimate, one is not so legitimate, you know.
Right. I've never been to Rita Road. I mean, we went out there, but the way they redeveloped it, I haven't really went out there and tried to investigate that yet.
It's not worth it these days. I mean, it's a total bike trail now where it was the dirt path before.
Right. That was wild though, man. That jail is haunted like crazy, dude. Man, and there's hot spots there, and then the women's cell block. I got some activity in there too. I was like,
we did. Oh, go on.
I'm here, and I had shit going crazy, dude.
The women's cell block. We had my producer, who's we call him the heartthrob. He's a good-looking guy, you know, and we send him into the women's cell with 4K2 meters and some cigarettes and a deck of cards, and we were playing high card. We dealt out cards face down, so we dealt out 4 face down cards and 1 to him, and we're like, all right, if you think you have the high card, spike the K2 meter. And we would go around and Panic. His name's Panic. He looks down at his card and he's like, I don't think I have the high card. And we went next to him and the K2 meter was blank. And then the next one was blank. The third one lights up red. And then the fourth one lights up yellow. I'm like, okay. So we flip over his and he had like a 3. The second one, the other 2 that were blank were like, you know, they weren't high numbers, but then the red one was a king and the yellow one was a queen.
There it is.
And when that happened, I was just like, well, look at that. I'm going to leave him here. You girls can have him, and you can keep the cigarettes too. So if you ever go into the women's unit and you see all the cigarettes, and
I didn't see that stuff in there, I think.
Yeah, that's me.
And like my friend Butters on here, Aiden, he did that place before I did, and that night in there, I got his name said to me. He wasn't even with me. It must have known I knew him. It said Aiden, plain as day. I thought it said my daughter's name, Hayden. But as I listened to it, went back on the footage, it says Aiden. And that's Butters Paranormal that's on here right now. And his mom is good friends with the lady that lives and owns the Bell Gunnis property, bro.
No kidding.
Yeah, man. I've been there with them. It's wild, dude. They built a house. You know, I'm sure you're familiar with that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. His mom, they're good friends with her. They go there all the time. And Sammy was there. That's in the chat. And the last time we went to that paranormal thing last week or whatever,
yeah,
she got her hair flipped in the juvenile section.
So I believe it. That place is so interesting, and it's such a
Mhm.
I tell everybody because a lot of the haunted locations that are upkept, you have the caretakers that put their heart and soul into places to keep them going. And Sandy
Yep.
she's one of the best caretakers in the world when it comes to that place. She eats, breathes, and lives the Crown
Yeah.
Point Jail.
And the way I met her was on my channel, I did a story about Anna Cunningham, the serial killer lady from Gary. I found the graves. I found where her houses were, and I did this whole thing. And I wrote the state. You heard of Anna Cunningham, right?
Yeah.
Poisoning her kids and stuff.
Yep.
I wrote the archives, and they told me $12. We'll send you everything we got, and that's what I did. And they sent me her release papers, conviction papers, letters to the governor, and letters from everybody. Everything they had, they sent it to me. Well, when I did my video, I kind of went through that stuff. So Sandy seen it, and she contacted me, and she's like, "My name's Sandy, this and that, this and that." And oh my God, she goes, "I'm really big into the Anna Cunningham story. Would you mind sharing that stuff with me?" I'm like, "Absolutely. I'll email you every piece of it, like they did me." And I go, "On one condition." She's like, "What's that?" And I go, "You let me and my brother walk through that jail and film it, just explore it in the daytime." She's like, "Absolutely." So she let us do that, and that's how I met her. I sent her everything I had, and that's when our friendship started right there. So she's awesome. Yeah, she's really cool.
I love Miss Sandy. She's a good egg.
She
I'm
is.
looking forward to being back there sometime in April this year to do an investigation, and then I'm gonna set up a live show from the jail and do like a live WJOB show from there. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
I tried to get her to let me stay the night in there by myself, and she's like, "I can't." I was like, I want to sleep in that cell where I got pinched. I go, I want to go in there. I'll bring my sleeping bag and stuff. I'll set REM pods around and everything. She's like, "You're crazy."
Do you do the sleeping around at haunted locations often?
No, I don't, but I want to. I tried to do that place in Alabama when I went back to the following trip. Charlie took us there, but this time he had his big truck with all these spotlights on it, and we got seen going there, and somebody, because it's family owned, I believe, that cemetery, and they ran us out. They told us to leave. I was gonna stay the night there. Charlie's gonna give me $5,000 and stay there by myself. I said, "Let's do it." Let's do it.
I don't know, man. I'm too
cameras
sensitive to the paranormal, I think, to stay in one of those haunted locations. I don't want something messing with my dreamscape.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. We were gonna set up cameras because he's got a whole production crew, and he was gonna have his guys set up cameras, and then we were gonna do a live camera where I can come out and talk to people as I'm there, and then we were gonna set up cameras where people can. We were gonna do like a paywall on it, and we're gonna set up cameras where people can watch the cameras and see what I can't see. You know what I mean? But we got ran out of there, dude. It's called Copeland Cemetery. It's in Hayden, Alabama, dude. That place was scary, man. Man,
I see Butters in the chat talking about staying at Bell Guinness's near the hog pit. That had I haven't been out there. That's on my short list of places I want to check out in my career. I can't imagine being near that hog pit. That has to be just intense.
I got my name said there. I didn't get a whole lot of evidence there, but I got my name said. And then I went to Chicago to the cemetery where the remains were buried that were found in the basement. Her and her kids and her ex-husbands there. They're unmarked graves. And I ran my spirit talker there. And the thing is, they said that wasn't Belle Gunness in that basement. She escaped justice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The stature of those remains of that lady they found there was too small to be her. And even one of the guys, Ray Lampert, I think, that they caught, he said that they got some lady from Chicago and killed her and put her in there. So as I'm out there at the cemetery, I'm asking, I'm like, "Is Belle Gunness buried here?" And I get a lady's name, and she says, I think she said Misty or Melissa. Then she said I was 54. And then I got the word basement. Dude, it was nuts, dude. So I don't think that was her.
I don't think so either. I think she escaped.
for sure. And then there's a lady in California that was doing the same stuff, and she looked a lot like Belle. And I had my friends from LA. I told them they should go to her grave and see if they can get anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. And like, back to like the jail, the, I think the best trigger objects in a jail: cigarettes,
Yep.
cards, maybe take some Playboy magazines or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
vices in there. Everything else is like that's what they guys locked up in jail. That's what they want the most. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah,
take
we
that,
call it trigger objects, parapsychology. What exactly is going to cause the what's going to cause the most activity if you bring it around? And cigarettes, whenever I go to a jail, I always bring a crappy
tobacco,
pack of Pall Malls or something with me, and I'll leave one out because you
yep,
never know. I don't want anything to follow me home.
that's right.
B, I'm visiting them. That's their house.
Yeah, man.
And it's the least I could do is, leave something and be like, hey, thank you for letting me come visit you. And thank you for letting, me know that you're here.
Hmm.
Too many people do investigations where they're very angry and screaming and yelling at spirits. And it's like, what are you gaining out of that?
Yeah.
These things, these entities are former people, at least some of them are.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if somebody ever came and woke me up screaming at me, I'd be pissed off too.
Right. You get it now.
Mhm.
For real, dude. Uh, yeah, man. That place is wild, man. I can't wait to go back. Um, and I've done some other stuff. I did a haunted in Cicero, Illinois, the old police station, City Hall building. 2015, I think they finished the new police station, City Hall, and they moved out of the old building. So what they did is they rented out some guy that made it big ass haunted house attraction. I mean, pneumatic zombies and the exorcist room and everything. And then they left all this stuff and abandoned it. And we went in there and I captured some stuff in that jail too. I captured a mist walking behind these 2x4s like somebody started a wall. And you could tell it's not our lights or anything. It's weird, man. And then my buddy goes, "Man, get me out of here." And you hear like this cackle laugh. And what's weird about it is my buddy that turned me on to that place, Jose, California, he did it like 6 months before me. He got the exact same laugh on his video, bro. That place is haunted too. Hey, babe.
Somebody wants me to Vix wants me to tell my Gary Demon House story. Do you want to hear that?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I went out there right before the documentary hit, and we went out there. It was me and a couple guys, and we were dressed like Ghostbusters at the time, and just to get some pictures of the Ghostbusters at the Gary Demon House. Yeah, little did we know that did you ever go when it was still built? Like,
Yeah, that's actually my old neighborhood where I grew
no
up.
kidding.
My best friend, Danny DeLeon, his dad was a Gary cop. They live in the house directly behind it. I
Did
walked
they
past
ever
the house,
report anything ever happening in there or no?
not that I know of back then.
When we were there, we legitimately caught a full shadow figure on camera with tendrils, with fingers, with
Wow.
because usually shadow figures you get like a blob, you'll get like a what looks like a human shape, and you kind of matrix your brain into thinking it looks like a normal person. But the photo we captured was a full-on body with hand across the street from the place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a legitimately Zach Baggins wasn't too pleased that we were there. I'll say that
You know
much.
what? We might have just missed you because we went there also when they were there, and we tried to talk to him and tell him, that's our old neighborhood, and we grew up here, and he didn't want nothing to do with us, dude.
No
Nothing
kidding.
to do with us. Yeah, he was a prick, dude. And
He did not have nice things to say.
oh my god, that dude was something else, man. Well, my brother had just moved back from Colorado, and he went over there by himself in the winter, and he pulled up in front, and he's filming, and he's like, "Here's the demon house and this and that," and his Bronco overheated as he's sitting in front. I
Whoa.
mean, it pegged out all the way. And then he goes, "Oh my God, I gotta leave." He goes, "I don't know what's wrong with my truck. I've never done this before." And he points at the gauges. You can see. As soon as he pulls away, went back to normal, bro. It's on video. Yeah.
Wow.
And he's not even into the paranormal. My brother's more like Gary history, and that's he's what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? I'm
Sure.
more into I'm into that, but I'm more into the paranormal and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, that's why we started our channel together, which was his channel, Steel City Storm. And then after a while, we had a different vision of what we wanted to do on YouTube. That's when I created my own channel, and when there it is, he's still around too. But yeah, man, there's a lot of haunted shit out there.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it never ends either. Like nothing ever surprises me anymore. I have people reaching out to me all over the world and telling me about their experiences. And it never ceases to amaze me how people who have never been connected in any shape or form can have similar experiences across the world. And that's what intrigues me about the paranormal is that how can somebody from, I'll just use Poland as an example, how is somebody from Poland going to have an same exact experience as somebody here from America that's going to have,
Right.
and it be very similar, whether it be disembodied footsteps, whatever. It's interesting because if that's happening there, then it's happening everywhere. And if we're not around, if we're not sharing those stories amongst each other, then how do they know that that's
Right.
paranormal activity?
Yep.
So that to me is what I find fascinating about it is no matter where you go in the world, there's a paranormal story involved. So
Three,
yeah,
like
100%.
3 out of the 4 houses I grew up in Gary, we lived in, were haunted. And ever since I was a kid, I would see stuff and hear stuff. So that always intrigued me, you know, and I was always fascinated by it. And then I watched the shows and stuff. I'm like, man, I really should get into this more often. But after we did that jail, that's when I really jumped into the paranormal stuff because Jazz and Victor goes, Steve, you got to do this more often. They're really responsive to you. They really open up to you more than they did them. You know what I mean? And they've been doing it a long time. They're like, dude, that's when I started getting REM pods and getting my little arsenal together. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're like, dude, you got to do this more often. They like you, and you get a lot of reactions from them. Yeah, man. So that's how that started. And so I really started jumping into the paranormal stuff a little more, and yeah, I'm fascinated by it, man.
100%. And I have the cool thing about my show is I cover stories all across the world and all throughout time as well. So you never get bored of hearing a paranormal story because there's so much of it. And then you have the different forms of the paranormal like cryptozoology and UFOlogy, and it just goes on and on. And that's, I guess why I'll never run out of work.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And another story. This was years ago. My niece is like 30 something now, but when she was a baby, I lived with my brother and his wife at the time. We rented this house. It's not far from where I live now. What it is, it's a big house. They cut it in half and made it like a small apartment in the front part, which some old lady lived in. And then we had the back half, which had the basement, the main floor, and the upstairs bedroom and the bathroom up there. And it was weird because it's an older house, but everything in our part looked newer, you know what I mean? And one night, my brother went downstairs and he didn't believe in ghosts and stuff. And he went downstairs and he was working out. We had a weight bench down there in this little room. And he said he got done working out because he was down there for a while. And his wife was even like, damn, what's he doing down there? You know, he's been down there forever. But when he finally came upstairs, he was white as a ghost. He goes, dude, he didn't even want to tell us. We're like, what? He goes, you guys think I'm crazy, but check it out. He goes, I got done working out. I'm sitting on the end of the bench, kind of catching my breath. I look up, and an old man walked past the door with no legs and no eyes, just blacked out.
Yikes.
Looked at him, and walked away. He goes, dude, as soon as I realized, I got goosebumps right now. He goes, as soon as I realized what I just seen, an old lady walked by and did the same thing. Looked at him, no eyes, legs faded away. walk past. The reason he took so long to come upstairs is because of the direction they walked is where you had to go to come upstairs. So he was afraid to leave that room for a while. He sat there for a while. And so he's like, dude, I know what I seen. So the next day we went to the landlord's house. They're really nice older people. They live like about 8 blocks away from where we were living. We went to their house and they come out and the old man was like, yeah, what's up? And my brother's like, I gotta ask you a question. Anybody ever die in that house? He goes, well, right before we bought it, there was an elderly couple that died in a fire in there. That's why everything was newer in our part, because it caught a fire and burned.
Oh,
Paul goes, yeah, we're moving. He goes, we'll be out in a week. Dude, because we would sit there and you would hear it sound like the washer and dryer was moving around. It sounded like somebody's hitting the pipes. And I'd sneak downstairs and sit on the stairs and listen, sit there forever and not hear a sound. As soon as I go back upstairs, it started again, Dude, that place is haunted. And there's people that still live there. And every time I go past the house, I want to knock on their door and ask them if they're still getting activity, if they ever see anything or hear anything in there. But I don't want to look like a fool, like these people, you know what I mean? Like, but I always wanted to go there and ask these people. One of these days I'm going to.
This is knock. Hey, do you have a ghost problem?
I used to live here.
I used to live here, and I had a ghost problem. I'm curious, do you still have a ghost problem?
Hell yeah. But yeah, an elderly couple died in a fire in that house, man. And he's seen them. That's right there, man. And if he says he's seen it, I believe him because he don't believe in that shit. He didn't. Now he does.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't take much to make somebody a believer, huh?
Like Zach Bacon, I didn't believe in ghosts. So I came face to face with one, right?
Yeah.
Zach Bacon.
God, I hate that guy.
I'm telling you, my wife, she's like, oh God.
Oh, faking bacon.
Keys. Yeah, man, but that'd be cool, man. Like, I would love to link up sometime when you're around. You know what I mean? Maybe
absolutely. Butters in your chat said we could get out the go out and see the Bell property. That'd be amazing.
His mom's good friends with that lady, and what's weird is that house that burned with the bodies in it. The new house was rebuilt on that same foundation. It's got the same basement. Was rebuilt in like the 50s. They find all kinds of stuff out there, man. They do metal detecting out there.
One of my good friends in Northwest Indiana Paranormal, Pete Greist, was working on a documentary that involved that property, and he was out there with a metal detector, and they actually found a shoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, out on the dirt, and that's pretty interesting stuff.
Butter's buddy Nathan does that. He was actually on a TV show at the Demon House. It was haunted stuff or something like that. And Nathan was on there, and they contacted him and did an interview with him in front of the Demon House. But he finds all kinds of stuff. He goes out to the Ed Gein property all the time, dude. Metal detecting.
That would be.
Oh, I want to go out there so bad, dude.
Can you imagine like coming across the spirit of Ed Gein? Like how evil of an entity that has to be.
Oh my God. They said he wasn't really an evil guy. They say he was one of the nicest guys in the world, but he was just the way his mom messed him up.
Yeah.
Just so lonely and he just wasn't running on all cylinders, you know what I mean? But they said after he died, after he was caught, nicest guy in the world. Nobody feared him in the place he was locked up at. I'm sure you watched that series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of it I see is like a little embellished, but they said he was one of the nicest guys ever. But he was just, his mom messed him up, man. I blame it on her. She was something else, man. The way she did him, and somebody like that's unstable and raised that way, and the shit he went through, he didn't really, not that he didn't know right from wrong, but he was a little out of touch with reality, you know what I mean? I think.
Sure.
But
His mother screwed him up.
yeah, she messed him up bad, man. But yeah, I would love to get out there and go check that place out. See, a lot of people do it, but I don't really see anybody investigate it, like the paranormal side of it. You know what I mean?
Didn't Zach end up with his cauldron?
He did.
I thought so.
You know what else he's got? You got David Koresh's Camaro. Uh,
He had
Kevorkian.
Kevorkian's van, right? Yeah.
I got Kevorkian's grave pinned in Michigan. I haven't been up there that far to visit it yet. I want to do a video on it, but he's a little farther north up that way. I went to Detroit, not last year. I think it was last February
So,
with my buddy, and we did a couple abandoned churches. Did abandoned strip club up there. They tore that down now. We explored abandoned crematorium. This guy got busted for having
I do an old zoo.
body. We did Bell Island Zoo where they filmed the scene of Real Steel where they're fighting the robots,
Yeah.
where they're all standing up on that thing. That was Bell Island. They just tore it down. It was abandoned since '09. They just tore it down this year, and the end of the last year. But that scene was filmed in there. That's where the elephants were. We could stand up there and check out the elephants.
Sure.
But it's cool up there, man. There's a lot of cool. I visited the abandoned funeral home where Houdini's body was embalmed too.
That had to have been cool.
That was cool. So you're from this area originally, right? We just say
Yeah,
Whiting.
Whiting.
I got a buddy that lives in Whiting, and but now you're down there by St. Louis, right?
No, I was just down there for a convention. I'm still in the region.
Oh,
That's yeah, dude. I'm still here.
okay.
I travel all over the country for conventions, either for Bob After Dark stuff or I help out with other companies and whatnot. I do a lot of trade shows and
That's really
conventions.
cool,
So
man.
I was just down there, and I'll be down there again, hopefully in June for the Haunted America conference. But
Sure.
dead of winter, I was down there for their like a food drive convention they do, and then they also have a paranormal investigation that goes on there, and it's the second oldest Freemason lodge in Illinois, in Alton,
wow.
which is kind of a cool thing to say out loud that I got to investigate and be a part of.
Oh, that's
You
I
want to
got
talk
the-
about an eerie moment of just going up there in the throne room, and you have all the chairs surrounding these 3 thrones up on a stage.
That's freaky.
Yeah, and you're just kind of up there. But go
I
on.
did the old abandoned Masonic Lodge on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
It was in bad shape, man. It was dangerous, and the stairs were falling in. But we found the stage room, and there's mosaic paintings around the ceiling. And there, it's on my channel too. Yeah, man, those were cool. But like people talk about cemeteries, I think cemeteries are a low haunt.
And people live there. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't consider cemeteries to be a very haunted location unless
Nobody's
people are there,
hanging
unless
out
they're
there.
there not supposed to be there.
It's either hospitals,
well, yeah.
retirement
When you
homes,
die, your soul doesn't go to your cemetery
houses.
or your grave and
It's-
stay there.
where some. Yeah, exactly. I know. I wouldn't want to be hanging out in my grave. You know what I mean? After life, I'm gonna be like,
I'm going somewhere else.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, this is
I'm not going to sit at home.
I want to be somewhere cool. You know what I mean? And it's usually people that are attached to places or suddenly die, and they're not really aware they're dead. You know what I mean? And they're kind of
Right.
caught in limbo. You know what I mean? So, or it's like a residual energy of them. You know what I mean? Somebody puts their heart and soul into a house all their life, and then they pass away. That's where they're going to be. If they're still around, that's where they're going to be. You know. But yeah, but some cemeteries are pretty spooky, and I think it's more of people they're summoning spirits or
People doing things that they're not supposed to be doing there.
right,
Absolutely.
or they're still in mourning, like say their wife died and the last 10 years 20 years of the guy's life he's at his wife's grave all the time, and then he passes away, and then I could see that him being there still, you know what I mean, or something like that, you know what I mean. But other than that, I think cemeteries ain't really that haunted, man.
No,
I mean,
unless they're like there's certain ones. There's right there on the south side where
Bachelor's Grove.
Archer Woods Cemetery, which isn't far away from
Yeah,
Bachelor's
dude.
Grove. Archer Woods is interesting because that's one of the cemeteries that was affected by the gravedigger strike.
Mm-hmm.
And during the gravedigger strike, a lot of bodies weren't buried where they were supposed to be, or they would just dump a bunch of bodies into one grave and call it a day. That's when you tend to find cemeteries a little bit more haunted, is when there's bodies there that aren't supposed to be there, or in wrong order, whatever it might be. But typically, a modern cemetery ain't gonna get much hits. That's where I live now. I don't want to be home. I want to go somewhere.
Have you ever been to Alabama?
Uh-uh.
Dude, my buddy Charlie also took me to Dead Children's Playground in Huntsville. I'm sure you heard of that. It's been a lot.
I have not, actually. It sounds terrifying.
It's the oldest and biggest cemetery in Huntsville, Alabama. It's called Maple Hill, and they call it Dead Children's Playground because 1918 Spanish flu epidemic or whatever it was, that I think that was the year. A lot of people, it hit Huntsville real hard, and they ran out of caskets. And they couldn't keep up with the burials. So there's one section there that's all children, mass graves, bro. So in memorial of these children, years later, they built the playground there. You got to go through the cemetery, and in the back, there's a limestone cutout, like a dip. You go down, and there's a playground down there. Dude, it sounds like there's at least 30 children running around playing on that playground, dude. As soon as I got there, I heard it. And I'm like, and just when you think you hear it coming from this direction, it's over here. It's over here. It's over here. And I go, and the swing's a swing. I go, can you make that swing move? Sure enough. Here goes that swing. Just one. Orbs. How about another swing? The very last one was the baby swings where you put the toddlers in.
Yeah.
Dude, it was freaky, dude. It came alive like that, dude. That's one of the most haunted places too. If you ever get a chance to go there, dude. That's
I'll check it out.
Maple Hill Cemetery, I believe it's called. The video's on my channel.
I'm about to check it out.
Dead Children's Playground. If you put that in, it'll pop right up. But he's taking me. He goes, I got somewhere to take you. And I'm like, we're riding. And I'm like, man, where the hell are we going? He gets on the highway. And he goes, you'll see. Then I see Huntsville, and I went, dude, are you taking me to Dead Children's Playground? He goes, you know it. And I was like, yes. Dude, and
you can tell that we're that paranormal people are the same type of people, because it's like, how many people are going to get excited about going to a place called Dead Children's Playground? Now, me, I'd be thrilled. That's hell yeah,
right
there. You know,
it was awesome, dude. That place was awesome, and it's haunted, man. I mean, there's kids playing on the playground, and this is like 10 o'clock at night on like a Wednesday night or something. I forget, and we went up the hill and looked around. There's nobody around. Nobody. And it sounds like there's a whole playground full of children running around laughing and playing. Dude, it's freaky. Yeah, man. That's a good one. That's one of the most haunted places, too. And then, what else? With that Copeland Cemetery, man, with this window slam.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You're gonna have to message me when the episode airs, so I can catch it live.
Sure. I'm gonna share it to everybody. I got everybody waiting to hear it, to watch it. All my clients from the tattoo shop, friends, family, all my subscribers. I can't wait, dude. I just hope my interview turned out good. I hope I'm not a goofball. I think it's good though. He said you did a good job, man. Because I was kind of like, But once I got going, that was good. He goes, that was great. I think we covered everything. So they're going to clip that interview. You see how they do it. I'm Steve, and this is my video.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome. I got so excited. Like I said, I would have did it for free. I would let them use it for free. They didn't have to pay me. But that's cool. They're giving me, they're going to pay me still, too. So that's awesome. I think we should set up something sometime, man, and get together.
We should, man, 100%.
That jail. I know hot spots you do too. You know what I mean? I'm sure we can get a lot of activity in there. They like me.
What jail?
Lake County.
Oh
I
yeah.
got my butt pinched. Dude, that freaked me out. It felt like somebody pinched me and shocked me at the same time. That's all I can describe it as, a 9-volt battery shock on your tongue.
That's
Dude,
so
I'm
interesting.
like, whoa. Did you just pinch my ass? And that thing said, ha ha. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. But yeah, man, that'd be cool. We should do something like that.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, I was asking Sandy if I can stay night in there by myself. She said no.
Yeah.
She goes, I can't take that chance of you getting hurt. I'm like, what if I sign waivers? And she's like, no, no. She's like, you're crazy. My wife too. I was telling her I was gonna stay night in that funeral chapel in Alabama. She's like, what is wrong with you?
Come on, man. It's the search for the unknown. That's like the best stuff.
On a mission. And then did you see that clip I sent you of that one I got coming up with the door slam and the chair move?
Yeah.
Dude, that's right down the road. A buddy of mine, his best friend runs that maintenance garage, and he would come in the daytime and to work, and shit would be all over the place. And he's yelling at his guys, "Who the fuck left this mess? You guys leave this shit out." You know, and they're like, "It wasn't like that when we left." So the cops always get alerts there, motion detectors and stuff, and never find anything. So the guy, the boss there, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna put cameras in here," and that's what he captured, dude. And he captured a soccer ball spinning. It goes one way and then it goes the other way. And there's no way to fake that. If you try to do that with the string, that ball's going to roll. There's no way. The lights flicker, orbs, and then you see the soccer ball spin, sitting in the middle of the floor, dude. So that's right outside that door that slammed in the garage part where the soccer ball was. Come find out, a guy unalived himself in there 20 years ago, and I think that's who's haunting that place. He was about to go to prison for some bad stuff. And so I'm gonna go in there. I'm tell him the world's a better place without him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to get him going and piss him off.
It's the way to do it.
I'm telling you, the chomo.
That's
what it came down to. You know what I mean? And the guy wants to know if I can get rid of it because you don't want it there. I go, I can't, but I might know somebody that can help you try to get rid of it. So. But I'm just waiting for the okay for him to tell me, come do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Keep me updated on that one. I'll throw a Chomo spirit out the window. That don't bother me much.
Right. I was telling him, I was like, good thing you did that, coward. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Holly, what's up, Holly? Lucas, that's my boy right there. Yeah, and like Butter hooks up with the Tombstone Tommy and those guys. They do a lot of stuff out that way. He lives a little far from me in Indiana, but maybe get us back at the Bell Gunnis place sometime.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. I'm also going to chat in the box real quick. If anybody's interested in subscribing to my YouTube and checking out my show,
yes,
you guys can check me out here.
There you go. Go ahead and drop it.
So you at the Bob After Dark, go on my channel. You can follow me there. I have a new episode dropping tomorrow. Actually, it's my my season 2 premiere. It only took me 7 years to get to season 2, but I did it.
It's a lot of hard work, man.
Every week for 7 years. I mean, I took some time off here and there. Like when my dad passed in 22, different things I've taken time off for. But the studio moved where it's at in Hammond. It moved from the Purdue building back to its original building that was there in like the 60s, which is haunted. Wow. So it's really cool to be able to say that like I'm back home to the original WJOB building in Hammond.
That's tight, dude. Yeah. I would love to come still do that podcast with you sometime.
Yeah, man, 100%.
I mean, doing it like over the computer would be cool, but I would like to come there and actually be there.
You're more than welcome. 9:00 p.m. on Tuesday nights. We'll get you out there as soon as you're ready, man. You can come anytime.
For sure. That'd be cool, man. I would love to do it. What else was I going to talk about? With that JOB, that reminds me of 8 Mile. Remember that was the name of the radio station out there?
Yeah.
J-O-B.
Oh, thank you guys so much for being subscribers. I got some people in there that are
Nice.
that are doing it, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. That means a lot to me.
I'll go over there. Yeah, man. Subscribe, and if anybody's in here that's not subscribed to me, subscribe for sure. But I think this the paranormal thing is gonna the caught on camera is really gonna hopefully boost my channel too. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I have a good feeling for it, man.
When I see some of them guys on there, and they're a YouTuber, I go straight to their channel and check them out. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing about it too. It's gonna be like they'll always show reruns too. You know what I mean? So that's cool, man. Yep. But man, I'm glad you jumped in tonight, man. That's cool.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I had a blast. It's nice to, because my stuff's a lot more like intensely. I got a lot of research to do, yada yada. So it's nice to be able to come into a show and just kind of relax and chit chat and pardon my language, but shoot the shit, which is kind of cool.
Right.
I don't get to swear on my show either, so it's nice to be. I gotta watch the FCC because I'm on the radio, you know.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. And also, if you guys aren't subscribed to Butters' channel, you guys go over and subscribe to Butters too. He's got a small channel and he's building it up, and a really good guy, solid dude. He's got a Belle Gunnis tattoo, bro.
That's pretty gnarly.
He's got a tattoo of her on his whole side of his leg, dude. It is really cool. I've never seen anybody with a Belle Gunnis tattoo. He says the butcher of the porters or something like that. It's really cool. Oh, Butters. Solid dude, man.
Don't worry, Butters. You now have 68 subscribers. I got you, buddy.
Yeah, like I said, his they're really good friends with the lady that owns the property. So, yeah, man. She'll let us in. She's found old dentures on her property. They found all kinds of stuff. And Butters talked to a psychic medium about that property, and he said there's still bodies there that nobody's found yet.
I believe it. I believe that I need to get out there. Not claiming to be a psychic or a medium. First off, I wear a double extra large boots. Thanks, Joe Dammer, for that joke. But I'm interested to go there and see what I pick up on. Specifically, I want to do an Estes method there.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that'd be pretty gnarly because I'm interested to see. Because for example, like I guarantee you that there was more victims of the Ed Gein case than what was actually, and in this case, I guarantee there's probably more to it than that as well.
He was told that there's like 7 more, I think he said, bodies that they haven't found. One of them was under the driveway.
Yeah.
And this medium was telling him where to look, you know what I mean? And like when I went there, we weren't getting a whole lot. And then we started getting a little bit. But like he said, when he first started going there, he wasn't getting anything either. They're kind of, it's almost like they want to get used to you. Once they start getting used to you, they start opening up to you. Yeah, man. And then there's that swamp next to it. And I think there's bodies in there too.
There probably is.
Dude, there's a place that, the children's play set where the slot pen used to be, bro.
That's dark.
It is. That's where we were at most of the time. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a children's play set. That's where that's at now. And then the neighbor kid unalived himself in the house that's on the property that used to be part of her property too, in the garage. And there's a lot of dark stuff going on there, man. And that's really cool. And they have full permission to go there, and she'll let us in the house too, in the basement. So maybe Butters can set us up with something like that.
That'd be pretty gnarly, man. I'll bring the SLS out and everything.
Because we're trying to get Barrier Beyond back in town because they want to do it, but they keep like putting it off. So it's just whenever they get out. But we can't wait forever for them, so we can go do it. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, and then all the graves out there of the victims and everything are out there. So I did a whole video on that. Went and visited all the graves. But yeah, but for sure, man. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll message you, man. I'll shoot you my phone number even, and maybe here in the near future I can get out there. We do the podcast, and then we can maybe set something up to go do a couple
Sounds good,
things.
man. Thanks for having me on the show. This means a
Sure.
lot to me. I had a blast, and your audience is so active. I want to
They're
thank you
great,
guys
man.
for chatting and everything. It's very cool to see that. It's
Cool.
we just started doing the YouTube stuff now. I do twitching on my own, but like it's hard when you do it from the radio perspective and you're on the radio station because you don't ever interact with your fans. You don't know how things are going.
Right,
So
right.
it's really cool to see this and like have your fans interacting
Mm-hmm.
with us. I think it was a really cool time.
That's why I always try to do at least a live every week on here, just to talk to my people. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
like it used to be every Sunday morning for years. Bam, Explore Day. We'd all go out, but all my crew kind of like just fell off. You know, nobody wants to go anymore, and it's like, man, it used to be every Sunday, innit? For years, every Sunday was Explore Day, and we get together with the Lost to Time guys, Joel Henderson, those guys from Crown Point, and we used to do all kinds of stuff, but nobody wants to go anymore, man. I'm like, you guys are lame. But yeah, man, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And chat, you could check out Bob After Dark. Can I do myself shameless plug, Steve?
Do it, man. Have at
All right. Thank you. So guys, Bob After Dark, you can find wherever you listen to podcasts at. I am on Apple, Spotify, Upcast, Downcast, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts at. You can check me out there. I am on YouTube at the Bob After Dark. I chatted up in the channel already, so you guys could do that. I'll chat again so you guys can see.
There you go.
You guys can follow me on there. All my episodes are on YouTube as well, so you guys could check that out. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. So you guys can check out all my episodes on YouTube, and then that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, I want to catch up on some of your stuff too, man.
I appreciate that. It means a lot. And I have a lot of pride for the 219. So as soon as I found out there's another spooky person here, I'm like, hell yeah, I got to make friends.
It's upside down, but there's my 219 tattoo.
Hell yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna get skedoodling, but thanks for having me, man.
All right, Bob. Thanks. I'm glad you reached out to me, man. And
thank you so much.
For sure, we'll stay in touch and we'll set something up.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for having me. Good night, everybody.
All right, have a good one, man. Appreciate you. That was cool. Oh, Bob. Wasn't that cool, you guys? So yeah, it's making connections and get together and see what else we can get and we can go do. But I'm glad he was in tonight, and sorry I was late, you guys, but that was really cool. Yeah, awesome. But I appreciate you, Bob. Thanks for jumping in, and I can see doing some stuff with them in the future. You know what I mean? And we'll get you out there, Butters, and get you in, and maybe we'll put something together at the jail and a couple other places, and we'll get it going. But thanks for joining in, you guys. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while, and like always, you guys are the best. And if you guys ain't subscribed to Bob's channel, go over there and subscribe and follow him, everything. But I'm gonna jump off of here, and had a long day today. So I'm gonna eat and hang out with the family for a little bit, and that's right, Sam. We're all a little spooky here, right? But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys hanging out, man, and I will talk to you guys later, and I'll keep you guys posted on the air date as soon as I find it about the TV show. I appreciate you guys, Lucas, Flo, and Sammy, and Elijah, all you guys, man. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for all the new people that jumped in too. Hey, what's up, Holly? And you guys are awesome. But I'm gonna jump off here. You guys have a good night, and maybe we'll get Bob on again in the near future. Maybe get Butters on. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. You guys give me the thumb on the way out. Wink. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.